The Pilgrims left Europe and sailed all the way across the ocean to America because they wanted liberty of conscience. But the Pilgrims did not yet fully understand liberty of conscience. This freedom that they wanted for themselves, they were not equally ready to give to others. In the new American colonies, only church members could get involved in civil government, and a church-state union was formed. The people had to give money to support the church, and the government was given the right to punish heresy. So again, the church had the power to enforce her teachings through the secular power. This led to persecution, as it always does. The teaching that God has given to the church, the right to define and punish heresy, is one of the most deeply rooted errors of the Roman Church, and the early American colonies were affected by this error. Roger Williams came to America 11 years after the first colony was started. Williams taught that it was the duty of the government to control crime, but never to control the conscience. The public or the civil powers may decide, he said, what is right between man and man. But when the public or the state tries to pass laws that determine man's responsibility to God, they have done something they should not do, and there can be no safety. The people respected and loved Roger Williams, but the people could not tolerate his demand for religious liberty. Roger Williams was forced to leave the new American colonies, and in order to avoid being arrested, he had to flee during the cold winter storms into the forest. For 14 weeks, Williams went through the cold, hungry and sleepless. But God miraculously provided his food, and Williams often stayed inside a hollow tree for shelter. He continued his painful escape through the snowy wild forest until he found a place to stay with an Indian tribe. The Indians liked Williams and learned to trust him while he worked to teach them the truths of the gospel. Roger Williams finally made it to Narragansett Bay, and there started the little colony of Rhode Island. It was the first state of modern times that fully gave the people religious freedom. Rhode Island was successful, and its foundation principles, civil and religious freedom, became the foundation of the United States of America. The Constitution of the United States guarantees that each person's rights of conscience will not be violated. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. The writers of the United States Constitution knew that a man's relationship to his God should not be disturbed by human laws, and that a man's conscience should never be forced. The world was amazed to see a peaceful and prosperous nation that had no pope to restrict religious liberty, and where the people themselves elected the civil leaders.